Hi guys, in today's video we'll be talking a little bit more about ballet. Now first we must mention the 8 points, as you can see. Now the first point, which is your front, the second point, the first diagonal you're gonna meet, the third point is your right side, the fourth point is the second diagonal you're gonna meet, the fifth point is your back, the sixth point is the third diagonal you're gonna meet, the seventh is your left side, and the eighth is the last diagonal you're gonna meet. Now the leg position. We have 6 leg positions. In this slide we'll be viewing 5, and the next slide will be seeing the 6th. As you can see here, the first position, which we sometimes call premiere, both of your feet will be looking to the side, and the space between them will be less than 2 inch. And then we have the second position, where you will open your legs and you will have a small gap between them, and this gap will be about 12 inches. It's not really big and it's not also really small. For the third position, you will put your 2 legs in front of each other with your heels of the front leg in the middle of your toe or directly after your fingers. For the fourth position, you will have both of your legs in front of each other, opposite to each other, and the space between them is about 12 inch. For the fifth position, you will have them together, sticking together or just touching each other, and they will be, as you can see here, the heels will be touching the toe and the toe will be touching the heel. The sixth position. If you noticed, we can use this position even though not the only ballerinas use it. Normal people, even on their daily life, or can use it. Now we have the hand positions. We have 5 hand positions and the preparatory position. For the preparatory position, you round your arms slightly and then you gently place your pinky finger on your upper thighs. For the first position, you bring your arms up opposite navel as if you're holding a large beach ball, and it will be in front of your stomach, so your hands will come in front of your stomach. For the second position, you bring your arms to the sides and your elbows are slightly bent, and your palms will be facing forward, and your thumbs will be tucked in. I just wanna let you notice that always our thumbs will be tucked in, and we will know that from the next slide. But first, let's continue. For the third position, one arm will be up to your side and the other arm is rounded in front of you and opposite to your navel, like in front of your stomach. Your elbows will be relaxed and your thumbs will be tucked in. For the fourth position, you keep the front arm in the same shape and lift it just above your head. So this front arm, you'll be getting it up, and the other arm will be in the same place. Your elbows will be relaxed and you will tuck your thumbs in. For the last and fifth position, you will bring the other arm up, so both of your arms will be looking up or together, they will meet up together. You will keep them rounded and relax your elbows, so your elbows must be relaxed and you should tuck your thumbs in. Now let's see the hand positions. We have this basic hand position where you place your hands so it looks natural and relaxed, and you keep your fingers delicately soft and grouped. You know, ballet is all about being delicate and soft. Now the allongé. An allongé, it is a position, a basic position where you open your fingers and gently turn your palm down. We mostly use it when we're finishing a move or just doing a bord de bras, or when we're doing a plie, a grand plie, and we will be viewing that right now. Okay, the plie. We have this demi plie, And we have the grand plie. A demi plie, where you just bend your knees a little bit, and the grand plie is where you actually just move to your maximum and you get your heels off the floor. We do not always get our heels off the floor, so let's review that right now and how. Okay, so we always get our heels off the floor except in the second position when we're doing the grand plie in the second position. The grand plie. How do our hands work? First, it is on the second position, as you can see. Then it goes on an allongé to the preparatory position, and then in front of you, and then back to your second position. And in front of you means the first position. Now let's add to your knowledge. Here's a small exercise. You first flex your legs, where only your heels will be touching the floor. Then a demi, where your feet will be looking to the floor, but only your fingers will be facing forward. And then you have to point your legs, where you will be making your toes, or just your toes will be looking down. And then you're just gonna curl your fingers as shown in the picture, or crunch them. Now about mon tendu, where your toe. What is about mon tendu? Let's first discuss what's about mon tendu. Okay, so here we'll be talking about mon tendu. And a tendu means tight or a stretch. A tendu is a movement in ballet where the working leg extends along the floor until the tip of your toes remain touching the floor, as you can see here. And it usually begins from the first or the fifth position. Of course, it can begin from any position, but it mostly begins from the fifth or first. Now about mon tendu, it's mostly like about mon tendu, but now we'll be discussing the difference. First, you put your legs quickly on a battement tendu, which will not stay for a long time, maybe less than a second, and then you're gonna stop it on 35 degrees as shown in the picture. It won't be really high and it won't be really low, just in the 35 degree. Then you're gonna put it back on a tendu, which will be also so fast it won't take lots of time, and then put it back. Then you go to the exercise again. A piqué. A piqué, where you go on a tendu and quickly remove it off the floor, or just put it on the floor and remove it quickly. We imagine that we're having a really hot floor, and then when you come to put your fingers or you put your toes, it comes to be really hot. Then you have to remove it so quick. And that's a piqué. Now the rond de jambe par terre and rond de jambe en l'air. For the rond de jambe par terre, you will put your legs on a tendu front, then you're gonna put it to the side, then back, and then you just slide your legs and do the same, and it's just like a semicircle or a half circle. Now for the rond de jambe artère, also but on the air, you will raise it up, then put it to the side and to the back. Now let's discuss the rond de jambe en l'air. I got a video just to see how can we do it. Okay, now let's do
in a parallel sixth position. We'll rotate the toes, feet, and inner thighs out to the side, knees pointing directly over that middle toe. Take the arm up to the center under the breastbone and open it out to the side, or as we say, leg moves. Now we can reverse the circle, or as we say in ballet, en dedans. Around, around, and around. Tendu, and close it back to first. If you want an extra added challenge, we can do the same step with the leg a little bit higher at 90 degrees. We would brush it out to the side, hip level, and do that same circle. Hips stay very even, very square. Standing leg is straight. Reverse. Shoulders are down. Belly is in. And we're done. And that's a rond de jambe.
Okay, now let's get back to the PowerPoint. Now, after we've seen that, I just want to add something to the rond de jambe. I will say. Now, the rond de jambe is a classical ballet term meaning round of the leg or a circular movement of the leg. Rond de jambe as a step can be done à terre or en l'air. There are many different types of rond de jambe. There are rond de jambe par terre, demi, which is half a rond de jambe, on the ground, done both en dedans and on the wall. And there's a double rond de jambe, where also a term of a Russian school of the Russian school for a Graguliad. And there's a rond de jambe en l'air, which is a rond de jambe in the air. There's also the rond de jambe en l'air relevé, which is rond de jambe in the air, raised on point or demi point. And the rond de jambe en l'air sauté, it's a rond de jambe in the air jumping, where sauter means to jump actually. And forte, rond de jambe en tournant, which is a rond de jambe turning en wait. We also have the rond de jambe ferme, which is closed after completing rond de jambe. And finally we have the grand rond de jambe jeté, which is a large rond de jambe throw. Now this is a passé, as you can see here, and a passé is not a main movement, but it's not really like an exercise, but here a passé means to get your leg beside your knees, caps, or just over them with a little bit, and this will clear it more. So the passé foot right above the kneecap. It should be right above the kneecap. So a passé is a position actually, but it is not a movement. Now the fondue, where you slowly close your legs, as you can see, doing a small demi-plie, opening them again while straightening your leg. Now there's a big difference between frappé and fondue. Fondue is a very slow movement, frappé is a very fast movement. I'll be showing you a video for that to show the difference, but actually another also difference that we do not make a plie in a frappé. Okay, here we have the picture, as you can see. Now let's view the video. Okay, frappé. I think I also have another video for the frappé. Let me make sure that. Yeah, I actually have. Yes. Okay. And let's get back to the PowerPoint. Adagio. Adagio is a really slow movement where your leg slowly goes up and then slowly goes back down. And I have a video for that to show it and make it more clear, as the picture is not really clear. But first let me show you the video. I said I haven't done that yet. Of the frappe, that's a frappe.
Para realizar Batman frappé delante,
Of course it will be more faster, this is just showing you how to do it.
pierna adelante con un movimiento percutido, manteniendo la rodilla abierta todo el tiempo. Continuamos con Batman frappé al lado, comenzando con coup de pied abrazado, estirando la pierna y llevando la siguiente posición a coup de pied atrás, alternando cada vez entre coup de pied abrazado y coup de pied atrás. Ahora realizamos Batman frappé atrás, comenzando con coup de pied atrás y estirando la pierna, manteniendo la rodilla completamente abierta. De perfil a la barra, colocamos brazo a segunda posición y cabeza de perfil cuando vamos con Batman frappé al frente. Para ir al lado, la cabeza es al centro. Para ir atrás, la cabeza es de perfil. El coup de pied comienza atrás al regresar de Batman frappé atrás. Colocamos punta al piso y cerramos quinta posición.
Okay, now let's get back. Now the grand Batman. It's way more faster than Adagio. You quickly put your legs up and slowly put them down. Quickly put it up and slowly put them down, and I have a picture for that too. And a grand Batman. Of course, you put your hand in any position. It depends what your teacher asks you to do. Now, a releve. This is the picture of the releve. And now let's know what a releve is. Now, a releve is a classical ballet term meaning raised up. It describes the action when a dancer rises up or just moves up and seemingly is standing on their toes. In a demi-pointe or on a folie en pointe. Releve is a ballet step that is taught to beginners in some of the earliest classes. So every ballet dancer must know the releve. And how to find your balance in a releve to make it perfect is to smoothen your body, no, not really get your body rough, but at the same time you're working with your muscles of your legs. And you must have your stomach inside and your body raised up and your neck must be tall. A petit Batman, I got a video for that to explain. Now the speed of the foot is gonna, as you can see, it's getting faster and faster, but it depends on your level. If you can do it fast, that's great. If you cannot do it really fast, just doing it a little bit more slowly, it's also okay. Now let's get back. Now a bord de bras. What is a bord de bras? Now let's see a picture of a bord de bras. Now a bord de bras where you slowly get down with your arms and your back Now you must make sure when you're getting down that your back is straight. It's not neither curved or just it's not neither curved nor arched. And then you get back up and you go back while arching your back. And then you come back and stand in the position. You must notice that you should not ever grip the bar with your thumb underneath or have your wrist awkwardly twisted on the top or just under it. Now, the right position is to relax your hand naturally over the bar with your thumbs close to your fingers. Because if you did any of these wrong holds, that might look that you're just gripping or holding hard to the bar just to find your balance, and that's not really good. Now, thank you so much for watching. Hope you got benefit. This PowerPoint was made and hosted by Maya Fekry and supervised and watched by Mrs. Katya, Russian ballet teacher. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like, subscribe for more videos. Love you.